we're going to be learning about addition and subtraction, and also about the terms that are involved when we use addition and subtraction. Okay, so addition is, hopefully we already know this, addition is this little plus sign, and subtraction is the minus sign. Now, when we use addition, we use the term to find the sum. Okay, so when I say, let's find the sum between 6 and 10, okay, then we are adding, okay, we are doing the addition of those two numbers. Now, subtraction is going to be finding the difference. Okay, so if I want to find the difference between two numbers, okay, we're going to subtract those two numbers together. Okay, so these are the important terms we need to know, okay, for the addition and also the subtraction. So if we take a look at some of the questions, so it's not too difficult. If we look at question 1, it asks us to find the sum of 5 and 7. Okay, so what did we just learn? The sum means addition, so adding my two numbers there. So the sum of 5 and 7 is simply just 5 plus 7, which we know is going to be 12. Now if we take a look at the next one, so in question 2, find the sum of 3, 5, and 7. Okay, so we have three numbers now, okay, but still we're going to add. Okay, so sum is the addition of these three numbers. So 3 plus 5 plus 7 is going to be 15. Okay, so these are the sums. Now, if we take a look at question 3, it says find the difference between 3 and 7. Okay, so difference meaning the term of relating to subtraction. Okay, so the difference between 3 and 7, we're going to write, okay, well 7 subtract 3. Okay, which is giving me a value of 4. Now, if we take a look at the next one, it asks us to find the difference between 7 and 3. Okay, so this was 3 and 7, but this was 7 and 3. Okay, now I want you to think about it. Is there going to be any difference, or any different to that? Well, we are looking at difference, and we're going to consider 7 minus 3 again. Okay, so when we consider difference, I want you to have the bigger number minus the smaller number. Okay, because we just want to know the difference between the two numbers. So again, in question 4, the answer is still 4. Okay, so the difference between 3 and 7 and the difference between 7 and 3 are the same thing. Now in question 5, so find the sum, okay, so sum meaning addition, of the first 5 positive whole numbers. Okay, so positive whole numbers. Okay, so whole numbers meaning just big whole numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5 positive numbers is going to look like this. Okay, so finding the sum of those first 5 positive numbers, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Okay, and this will be 15. Now, in question 6. Okay, so question 6 says, find by how much 20 exceeds 12. Okay, so we have this word exceeds. Okay, so what this means is we're going to try and find how much 20 is going to be bigger than 12. Okay, so I want you to think about what kind of operation we're going to use. Okay, so if I do 20 subtract 12, we have the value of 8. Okay, so 20 exceeds 12 by 8. Okay, that's how you read this question. Now question 7. So what number must be increased by 11 to get 20? Okay, so it's not too difficult if we try and understand what's going on. Okay, so what number must be increased by 11 to get to 20? I want you to try and think about if we're going to use subtraction or addition or whatever. Now in this question, if I do 20 subtract 11, okay, we get a value of 9. So if I read the question again, it'll make sense. Okay, so 9 being increased by 11 will get me 20. Okay, and that's how we find the answer to this question. Now looking at question 8, so what number must be decreased by 15 to get 20? Okay, so again, I want you to consider, I want you to think about if we're going to use subtraction or addition. Now this question said, what number must be increased? Okay, now this question says, what number must be decreased by 15 to get to 20? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these two numbers. Okay, so if I do 20 plus 15, I get a value of 35. Okay, so if I reread the question, it'll make more sense. Okay, so 35, if it's decreased by 15, okay, then I will get the value of 20. Okay, so again, sums and differences is what we're looking at now.